Hi, it's Faceless Tech. This will demonstrate the power of 3D printing. I was, you just get a random thought. I don't know. I didn't even know how it come to me, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could style a Game Boy game to look like a NES cartridge? This is a NES cartridge. They kind of got a similar, quite a similar aspect ratio, I suppose, to them. Not quite working this kind of the same way. And then it got me thinking. I was like, so I basically took a copy of Tetris. It's probably the most mass-produced game on earth. Took it out, found a way to basically wanted to get the bare minimum of a model that would hold a PCB and would work inside a Game Boy and hold everything in place. So I basically modelled that. It was just a plain shell, just plain front and back. Did some tweaks and that. Tried the cartridge in it. Tried it in the Game Boy. It worked. And then I went about modelling the different parts of it to get the size, kind of like the proportions right. I took a copy of someone's taken a picture of a cartridge, and I photoshopped or gimped the label, and then started scaling it in proportion to the size, so that I'd know the size for the label. And then I kind of did this ladder. I'm calling it the ladder bit at the side. I don't even know what the official term would be. I've kind of done, it's not a perfect one-to-one replica of it, because as you can see, this top bit here, instead of making it completely recessed, I just made the bottom part recessed. It kind of gives it the illusion of it, because there's quite a few iterations I did along the way. This is one that I was going to do with an actual recessed bit, but by the time you've took the support off, it was pretty nasty. There's a few other bugs I ran into as well on the way. As you can see from this one, which was one of the ladder pieces moving, I solved that by just having a quick apply of hairspray. Because even though I've got a glass bed and it's perfectly clean with IPA, stuff will move around. So if you just give it a quick blast of hairspray, it just keeps all these little things from moving about. Also, I noticed that when I was printing, this top corner, even though I was printing with quite a slow speed, it would just not do it right. So what I was doing, I did on this final one, which has had a brim on it, which I thought, great. It does help. It helps if you're having intricate details and they aren't coming out right. Just put like a brim. I think I used like a five lines or something like that, just to hold it in place. But then I was going to do it on the front cartridge. This is the same one. I think the exact same file as this, but because of the brim, I could not understand why this was coming out the way it was, and I was making these smaller and smaller and smaller, and nothing was changing. And then I looked actually in Cura at the actual what it was actually going to look like when it was printed, and I realised it was adding brim to everything. There's also a setting for brim just on the outside, which I thought would cure the problem, but it didn't. It was on the outside of everything, which I don't really understand why the thing is there, but yeah. So in the end, it did turn out alright. The inside is just I got little hooks at the top, so that the cartridge, little hooks on the top of the cartridge, it just slides together, and then there's the screw that holds it. The weird thing about the screw is that whenever I did it, I was going to say, is the one here? Oh, here it is. This is one of the plain ones I was doing. Basically, I had to have the hole come all the way through, because if you had even the tiniest, like one layer thickness, it would still cause a little bulge. I think you can see on this one, this was one I did. It's basically one layer thick over the thing. But luckily it goes into the label anyway, so it kind of worked out alright. The label's just printed on a bit of photo paper and then double sticked it on. And just to prove that it does work, I showed it on my and there it is, it works. As usual, I'll put all the design files on Thingiverse, a bit of more description in my blog. It does just use the normal screw. So if you have a Game Boy game and you've lost the case or the case has come damaged, you can always print one of these off, make it look cool, or do whatever you want with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.